Hey everyone. I just was kind of thinking in the shower how much I was starting to really like just making videos and kind of just getting used to talking on camera a lot more. And I just thought, like, I've had like a lot of things on my mind, especially about like body image and how that has changed so much for me over the years in the course of my life as, a girl, and now, a young woman. So, I just kind of wanted to, talk about that. Also, I feel like this top is so cute. Venice. Anyways, so yeah, it's like, I was just, I'm in the shower thinking about, honestly, okay, what started this train of thought is that I was looking at the video I recorded yesterday, and I noticed how much my face has changed, because, like this past, like, I would say like year and a half, like I really noticed a huge change in my face. Like I was noticing like total like double chin, and just, I don't know, I was like, I just, every time I looked in the mirror, I was like, I like I have gained weight in the past couple years, um and it just, I was like, whoa, I can't believe how much it shows up on your face. I've gained so much weight in my face. And like, I was complaining to, people in my life about it, and it's like, and then they're just saying like, oh no, it's, it's like your lymphatic system and you got to do the gua sha again. I'm like mentioning the gua sha again. And then do all these different, like, weird like massaging exercises, and like, oh yeah, just get rid of that double chin, it's like, it's the lymphatic system, wherever the hell crap. And I was just like, I don't know, it's like I'm just looking at my face, and like this bottom area, like, I'm not talking about how it looks right now, by the way, but like previously, it was looking like really just kind of puffy and just like so different looking. And I was just like, man, it's like, like I was really happy to start gaining weight, because that is something that I've always wanted, because I have, all the way through my entire life, up into like my early adulthood, I was underweight. I always have been. I was born underweight. I was just, I was one of those string bean skinny girls. That's just how I was. And it was definitely 100% like a genetic thing, because like my mom was always very thin and had a really, she grew up very thin as well, but my dad was a little bit unusually thin, and over time, like, he's like, gained normal weight and stuff like that. It's not like he's walking around like a skeleton or anything like that, but it's just like, it's funny, like when my parents first met, when, kind of in their 20s, my dad was very, very skinny, like toothpick. And so yeah, like, I mean, like for me, it was just a genetic thing and all that jazz or whatever. But yeah, I guess I'm trying to get back to my point. So I was just noticing recently that for some reason, well, I'll tell you the reason that I think why, like all of a sudden my face is so much more gaunt, and like it's like all this swelling and like, double chin, that I was like, look at all this weight on my face, and or like inflammation or like whatever. I was like, what is this? Is this water? What is this? So then recently I went and got my wisdom teeth removed, and the swelling was crazy bad. I looked like a chipmunk for a couple days, as you do. But now that the swelling has gone down, I cannot believe how different my face looks. Like, so much, like it looks like I lost like 5 to 10 pounds, like just in my face. And I was like, man, so I'm just thinking, and then I looked it up on Reddit, and like other people are talking about it, of course. And yeah, so I don't know if you maybe this is just like a PSA to be like, hey, here's another reason that you might want to get your wisdom teeth out. But it makes so much sense now that I think about it, because like my teeth were impacted on the bottom and on the top, like all 4 of them were like messed up. And I remember even, the dentist like said like, yeah, you have inflammation there. And it's like, that makes so much sense that like my jaw and my face would be so much more puffy and kind of round and inflamed looking, because my wisdom teeth were just so like jam packed in my jaw. But yeah, I don't know. Just like I feel like even like I still have a little fat pocket right here, and it's like, you know what, at this point in my life, I don't know, I just don't really give a shit. But it's just it is what it is. And I feel like I'm getting to this point in my life where I'm just I'm starting to care so much less, because I feel like these things used to really bother me when I was younger, and I could see it really, really bothering my friends as well. And it was just hard, and I always felt like I just had like this really awkward perspective, because I was the skinny girl, I was the string bean bony girl, you know what I mean? And it's like nobody wants to hear from you about body positivity, because you are a beauty standard. But it's like what I noticed, like the huge difference between when I was very, very, when I was thin, much like skinny, like really skinny, people would be, first of all, I was made fun of for that all the time in school, and adults would just say the rudest and most ridiculous things to me, that I just like, even like at the time where I would just like have to like, I would just be so taken aback by the things that they felt like they could just look at me and then just say to me, and then kind of like disguise it as a compliment, like, and then they just kind of get away with it. It's like, oh well, I'm calling you thin, so I can say the rudest thing ever and imply that you're deeply mentally ill and hurting yourself just to look like that, you know what I mean? Or just saying like really crazy things, and like wishing a lot of negativity on you, like just because they have this like idea in their mind that they think. I feel like there's, from someone who has always been skinny and grew up skinny, I see people talk about like all their life, they from people with different body sizes or whatever, and they like their one wish, they're like, if I was skinny, if only I was skinny, when I get skinny, then everything is gonna be okay. Like, you know what I mean? I hate to like burst this bubble, but it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time, because I grew up skinny. I know what it's like to be skinny. And guess what? I still had anxiety. I still had depression. I still had really bad days all the time. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not like, I just feel like looking a certain way is not gonna solve your problems. You know what I mean? And like, because when I was younger, when I was in high school and I was like the little toothpick girl, like I hated it. I hated it so much. Like I wanted some curves. I wanted some, this, that, and the other thing. I wanted to fit into clothes better, because you never fit into anything when you're a toothpick. You really don't. And it's, I always like, I think back to that time, and just like, I just wanted to look different. I wanted to be different all the time. And now that I now that I do look different, and now that I did gain weight, just naturally over time, like once you hit your 20s and then your mid 20s, especially your mid 20s, you will probably gain weight, and it's just a very natural process, and that's okay. And I I can say this, I I'm not freezing cold all the time. I don't shake like a leaf all the time. I feel a lot stronger, genuinely. And I do have a lot more energy. So it's like, it's just like you really do have to think about your health. But like, um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of like running out of steam already with this. But I guess just noticing this weird change in my face or whatever just kind of inspired me to like be like, you know what, I actually want to talk about these things. And this video is already 11 minutes long, which is probably too long, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, just please love yourself and know that there isn't like some goal post or some way of looking or being or whatever that's gonna change your life. Like all that change is gonna come from within. Which sounds like really corny and spiritual and blah 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 blah, or like hippy dippy, but it is true. So yeah, that's all I have to say for now, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.